Once upon a time, in a big ancient country, there was a medicine maker named Emon who specialized in using plants. He lived with his twin granddaughters, Emma and Stella, sadly who had lost their parents when they were babies. Their mother had died after giving birth to them, and their father had died in a war. As a result, the responsibility of raising the twins fell on Emon's shoulders. Emon loved them very much and took care of them as his own children. He lovingly raised them, teaching them the art of medicine making from a young age. Emon would take Emma and Stella to a dense forest, where he taught them how to identify and separate medicinal plants from others. The twins enjoyed this time with their grandfather and grew up learning the secrets of herbal medicine. Emon's reputation as a skilled medicine maker grew, and people from all over the country sought his remedies. In severe cases, he would even visit the patients at their homes for an additional fee. Emon's kindness extended to the less fortunate as well. He provided free medicine to those who couldn't afford it, ensuring that everyone had access to healing. His expertise also earned him the position of the medicine giver for the king's palace. Whenever someone fell ill in the palace, Emon was the one called upon for his remedies. The king had a daughter named Maya, who was both fast and beautiful. Whenever Emon visited the palace to administer medicine, Maya would follow him closely, fascinated by his craft. She would often beg him to teach her the art of medicine making. However, her father, the king, strictly forbade her from pursuing such a path, reminding her that she was a princess and couldn't become a medicine maker. Maya was warned never to ask about it again. Despite her father's prohibition, Maya's dream of becoming a medicine maker never wavered. She pondered over how she could achieve her goal, and an idea struck her. She would ask her father to grant her a pair of flying wings. With the wings, she could easily leave the palace and secretly observe Emon as he made his medicine. Maya knew that Emon worked late into the night in his home. She went to her father and asked him for the wings. She said that it was her greatest wish and that she would never ask him anything else. She also said that she would stop bothering him about learning how to make medicine. The king was surprised by her request, but he loved her very much and wanted to make her happy. He said that he would try to find someone who could make the wings for her, but he did not know if it was possible. He ordered his servants to search the country for someone who could make flying wings. The servants searched for a long time, but they could not find anyone who could make the wings. They were about to give up when they heard of an old woman who lived in the countryside. She was a skilled cloth maker, and she claimed that she could make anything from cloth. The servants went to see her and asked her if she could make the wings. The old woman said that she could, but it would take a lot of time and money. She said that she needed the finest silk, the strongest thread, and the most colorful feathers. She also said that she needed a quiet place to work and a lot of privacy. The servants agreed to her conditions and brought her to the palace. The king gave her a room where she could work and provided her with everything she needed. He also told her that no one was allowed to disturb her or see her work. The old woman started to make the wings. It was a very difficult and delicate task. She had to sew the silk and the feathers together in a way that would make them light and strong. She also had to shape them in a way that would make them fit Maya's body and allow her to fly. She worked day and night, without resting or sleeping. The work took several months, and Maya was very impatient. She wanted to see the wings and try them on, but she could not. She had to wait until the old woman finished her work. She also had to pretend that she was not interested in medicine making anymore, but she still was. She secretly read books and scrolls about plants and herbs in the palace library. She learned their names and properties, but she did not know how to use them. She needed to see Emon's work to understand how to make medicine from them. Finally, after a year, the old woman finished the wings. They were beautiful and magnificent. They were made of white silk and colorful feathers. They looked like the wings of a fairy. The old woman called Maya and showed her the wings. She also taught her how to wear them and how to use them. She said that she had to be careful and gentle with them because they were very fragile. She also said that she had to practice flying with them because it was not easy. Maya was overjoyed and thanked the old woman. She put on the wings and felt a strange sensation. She felt like she was part of the sky. She followed the old woman's instructions and practiced flying with the wings. She started with small jumps and flaps, then moved on to longer glides and turns. She learned how to control the wings and how to balance herself in the air. She felt free and happy. She flew higher and higher until she could see the whole palace and the city below her. The king was very proud and pleased with his daughter. He watched her fly with the wings and smiled. He thought that he had fulfilled her wish and that she had forgotten about learning how to make medicine. He did not know that she had a secret plan. She wanted to use the wings to go to Emon's house and spy on him. She waited for the right time to do it. One night, when everyone in the palace was asleep, she put on the wings and flew out of her window. She flew over the city and headed towards the forest where Emon's house was. She found his house and saw that the window was open as she expected. She flew near the window and looked inside. She saw Emon sitting at a table, surrounded by plants and bottles. He was making medicine. He did not notice her because he was very focused on his work. Maya watched him carefully and tried to learn from him. She saw how he chopped, crushed, boiled, and mixed the plants. She saw how he poured, measured, and labeled the liquids. She saw how he wrote down notes and formulas in a book. She was fascinated and amazed by his skill and knowledge. She wanted to know more. She decided to come back the next night and watch him again. She did this for several nights. She flew to his house and watched him from the window. She learned a lot from him, but she also had a lot of questions. She wanted to ask him about the plants and the medicines, but she could not. She was afraid that he would see her and get angry. She also wanted to have his book, where he wrote down his secrets. She thought that if she had the book, she could make medicine by herself. She decided to steal the book. One night, when Emon was not looking, she flew into his house and grabbed the book. She flew out quickly and quietly before he noticed anything. She brought the book to her room and hid it under her pillow. She was very excited and curious. She wanted to read the book and learn everything. Maya brought the book to her room and read it, but it was not clear as she thought. She decided to try what she had seen in Emon's home. She started to collect plant leaves for many days. She brought the book and the plants to her secret room and began to make the medicine. After a lot of effort, she finished making it, but then she wondered who she could try it on. Two maids came to her mind. One was the palace cook who had a headache and a fever and was taking Emon's medicine. Maya entered the maid's room and changed the medicine and left. The other one was the palace butcher who was also sick and continuously taking Emon's medicine. Maya did the same thing to her. Maya was curious to see how her medicine would heal the maids. The next day, the palace was disturbed by shouts that the maids had fainted. Emon was called and he saw the maids and gave them his medicine. He asked them what had happened to them, and they said that when they took the usual medicine he had given them, the illness got worse. Maya was not awake from her sleep when all this happened. Emon looked at the medicine flask and noticed that there was something different from his. He took it to his home to check the details. Maya heard from other maids what had happened in the morning in the palace. Maya was shocked and afraid that someone would find out what she had done. She prayed that no one would know. Emon brought the medicine and checked it several times. At the end, he realized that the medicine was made from plant leaves that looked like the actual plant leaves for medicine making. He realized that it was a poisonous thing. Emon also realized that his book was lost at that time. He called Emma and Stella and asked them, but they said they had not seen the book. He searched all over the house for the book with his granddaughters, but he could not find it anywhere. Emon decided that this thing had a connection with what had happened in the palace. He went directly to the palace and told the king about his lost book, and that maybe the culprit was in the palace. Emon was a respected man for the king, and the king commanded the servants to search all the palace. He also sent Maya for swimming with her maids because he suspected Maya. The maids and servants started searching for the book and anything else that was suspicious. At the end, they found the book and some leaves and jars in Maya's secret room. The king was furious, and so was Aimon. When Maya returned from her swimming, they brought her to her father. When she saw her father's anger, she knew that what she had done was discovered. She was shocked and confessed everything. The king was enraged at her and ordered that her flying wings be taken away. Emin returned to his home with his book. Maya was sad after that day and refused to go out of her room or eat anything. After a few days, the king was worried about Maya's condition and called Emin to talk about it. Emin convinced the king to let Maya learn the medicine because she was very interested. The king agreed and told Maya to ask for forgiveness for what she had done, and she did. After that, she was overjoyed when she heard that her father allowed her to learn. The next day, Maya started her lessons by going to Aimon's home. She was also happy when Aimon did not teach her, but Emma and Stella taught her what they had known from childhood. After many years of learning, she became known as the second best medicine maker in the country after Emin and his granddaughters. Her wings were returned to her and she used them to travel and heal people.